So a prototype is when you take a design and you make it seem like it works. So by that I mean you're not having a developer put it into code and make it like a real physical thing. You're kind of mocking up what it should do. We use a couple different tools to do that. I know InVision, you're literally just taking images of your screens and making it so they link to each other.
Prototyping really is just a clickable version of the system before anything is built to ensure that all of our assumptions and research are correct. It depends on whether the prototype is low fidelity or high fidelity, but generally we build them in Figma. At that point, we're utilizing the UI design, and then we're creating the clickable systems that we would then utilize for user testing.
For example, a purchase path versus like a research path if someone just wants to read about something. I think the most important thing for people to know about prototypes is they are just that, they're prototypes. At the point that a user or client typically sees a prototype, coding hasn't started, or maybe it's just started, but what they're seeing is not the final product.
Prototyping, I think, is also great for sharing it with stakeholders or sharing it within the company so that it gives it some indication where it's going. I find that wireframes are hard to conceptualize in terms of visuals, so prototyping is that next step that gets people excited to really understanding the system, and also helps with the internal teams, the development teams. Prototyping is generally a communication tool between developers and designers.
Typically with a prototype, that's when we're learning if a user experience is actually good. Sometimes if you skip that step and you put your product out into the world, you can find that there are some issues with it that users themselves are actually experiencing.